Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. Pre-market report. Yes, this is a regular trading day, but you know what? I just thought I'd be casual, kind of stepping out of Babylon a little bit, symbolically, I guess. This is just too disgusting. Anyway, look, guys and girls, we need to talk about what's happening. What I covered yesterday, I thought, and most of you agree, was critical information. So if you did not see the video I did yesterday, my markets to look ahead, please check that out. All right, look, let's focus on where we are right now, what I'm about to do, and we have a situation here with regard to the market as well. So we're kind of at a paradox, and I'm going to explain this to you in just a little bit. I forgot to cover this yesterday, and I apologize. This is what news we got, economic news on Friday. So retail sales see the biggest drop in a year. Now, again, this is not yet on President Trump. This is still the illustrious Biden. This is on him. Period. The end. Although we were told how strong our economy is, the U.S. economy, in case you don't know, is 70% dependent on retail sales. And no one saw this coming, apparently. Let's read this. So this is Yahoo Finance. Are you ready to laugh? Retail sales fell 0.9% in January, much more than the 0.2% decline that the rocket scientist economist had expected, according to Bloomberg. This marks the largest month-over-month decline in retail sales in over a year. This is part of the destruction, the wipeout, the extermination level event that we're seeing, or should I say extinction level event that we're seeing with regard to the middle class who cannot survive in this environment. It's not going to stop. For those of you that are hoping that what you're seeing now with regard to with this flurry of executive orders and everything is going to change it, how about no? What you're going to see, mark my words on this, and if you think I'm wrong, save the video, okay? We're going to see an acceleration of a wipeout of the middle class with debts and deficits surging like you can't believe, currency devaluation, artificially suppressed rates around the world, not just here in the United States. It plays right into what I'm about to do, so stick around for just a moment here. But I hope we're on the same page here. I hope really sincerely that yet again, you're not putting your faith in the wrong place or the wrong person, all right? You know where your faith needs to be if you follow this blog. At least I hope so. You cannot rely upon your own misunderstanding here or that of any human being here, okay? You always have to rely on a higher power. Are we on the same page? If not, maybe you're in the wrong spot by following this blog. I don't know what to tell you. All right, but anyway, look. So the economy is in shambles. We all know that. Despite the fact that we're seeing a blip higher in the money velocity, or the rate at which cash is moving through our economy, which I covered yesterday with a lovely chart. So again, look, man, maybe you should do yourself a favor. Click out of this video. Watch the one I did yesterday. My markets to look ahead. Bring yourself up to speed as to what is happening. These videos I do really do follow a line. And although a lot of stuff I say, I cover repeatedly, repeating things is a part of learning, okay? And a lot of times concepts, especially these kinds of things, have to be reinforced over and over again. You understand? To allow you to put this together in a way that you can understand. Again, I'm not here literally to change anybody's mind. I want you guys and girls who follow this blog to take in the information that we cover, let it sink in, and then make up your own decisions, make up your own mind as to what's right for you or how you see things. Look, I don't know everything by a long shot. All right. I can learn from you. This is our thing. This is not just Greg Mannarino's freaking freak show. You understand? Although it does seem like that from time to time, doesn't it? No, that's not what it is. This is our thing, and we are people. I don't know how to say this to you again because I've been telling you for 1,000 years. Longer than that, maybe, okay? That we are stronger together. We know what they're trying to pull off. The deceptions, the lies, the look here, don't look over there. the flurry of things that are happening right now to keep people, again, from focusing on what's actually going on. And this is a mechanism that, again, is being used upon people to twist their minds into some distorted reality since forever. And look through the nonsense, reconnect with the source. You know what I'm talking about here. And we're all going to be better off. You understand? So anyway, retail sales falling off of a cliff. It's not going to stop. Wait till you see, let's say, economic news from a month from now, when it really does start to fall on the new administration here. They can't stop it. And it looks like every effort, most effort here, again, to attack the root cause of the problem is not going to stop. And I'm talking about artificially suppressed rates, currency devaluation. Look, I am all about all the talk that's going on right now is, looking to see what's in the Fed's books here. Do you realize, again, this is another deception in my view. We understand that we're being flung, oh, look what Elon Musk found over here. Look what Elon Musk found over there. Here's all this fraud and all this misallocation of funds here. I don't understand, and maybe one of you can explain this to me. How did a forensic audit take place overnight with some of these institutions? And why is it that all of these low-level employees are being let go in droves? Okay, no one at the high levels, okay, is even being held to account for this. Again, we're not being shown any real proof. I do understand that there's a post here and there's a post there about this stuff, but show us actually, because we're not stupid, right, you and me? Okay. Where the fraud took place, where the misallocation of funds took place, who was responsible? Because it certainly isn't the flunky down on the bottom rung of the situation here. It's obviously those in the upper echelon. And show us who's going to be held to account, where the arrests are, and then how we can claw back some of that cash that was misallocated or fraud was committed. Sound about right to you? That's what I want to see. Until that point, this is all just garbage and nonsense across the board. But again, stay focused on that because it's all truth because Elon says so. You understand? You can't make this stuff up. But that's really the mentality of many, many people right now. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I am certain it did. Fraud, misallocation of funds. But show us where it happened. Show us who did it. Let's see some real accountability with regard to someone in the upper management. You think that's going to happen? I'm still waiting. I'm willing to wait. Let's wait 6 months, 9 months, a year, if it ever does happen, of course. And let's see if we can claw back some of those funds here. Does that make sense to you, or is Greg just totally out there? Let me know. Anyway, look, with regard to the stock market, let me show you something real quick. Where did I put this? I thought I made a printout. Global bond yields are right now this morning higher. They're being nudged higher just a little bit. But this effort that we have seen by central banks literally buying it all, keeping rates artificially suppressed, is reopening that doorway for cash to make its way into this twisted, out of control, distorted stock markets. And this phenomenon, although I'm going to show you something that you're going to go, whoa, 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 in just a moment here. The phenomenon, in my opinion, to keep the markets propped up via the mechanism of artificially suppressed rates here. Maybe Elizabeth Warren isn't as stupid as I think she is, although I think a lot of you would disagree with that. I don't like her. I think she is a creature of the highest possible order. But the fact that Elizabeth Warren and President Trump are on the same page right now calling for the Fed to lower rates, that tells us something. And I've been trying to search for the reason, and I think I found it. I think I found the reason why both Warren and Trump are saying the Fed needs to lower rates immediately. In other words, at their next meeting coming up just a couple of weeks. They must realize that the house of cards is about to implode. And without massive artificially suppressed rates, and of course on the back of that, currency purchasing power destruction on an epic scale, the market's going to crash. And we are on a knife's edge, and I'm going to prove that to you in just a moment. Anyway, so this morning, we got bond yields not really doing too much here. 10-year yields relatively flat. We got stock futures higher. Nothing major, but higher nonetheless. The S&P 500 did cross above and seems to be holding above the December 5th high of 6088. MMRI, although it's not functioning, if you do the calculation, it did come down substantially. I'm working on the MMRI. It'll be up very soon. It's going to be Much better than before. This is going to work around the clock, 24/7, even on holidays now. This is how I'm setting it. I have to pay for this to happen, all right? So that's okay, all right? I got your back. And you guys and girls that support my work, you got my back too. I appreciate that. But I'm going to have this up for you soon. Anyway, let's look further here. Gold, silver, and crude oil catching a bit as well. Bitcoin, crypto is under some pressure. All right, now, I sent this out to you guys and girls earlier today, my newsletter. This is in your inbox right now. My intention to ease back into the stock market. You and I got out at exactly the right time. And I believe we're going to be able to pull this off again when we see certain dynamics in play. Right now, what is happening is, again, you got President Trump in this case, you got other world leaders. There's not a peep about raising rates. It's all about lowering them. So the world leaders know that we have a major problem in this market. And again, it's all about a wealth transfer effect right up to the 1% and 2%ers. Keeping the stock market propped up has to be the greatest mechanism ever utilized in the history of the world to enrich the 1% and 2%ers. Again, who owns most of the stock market? It's the 1% and 2%ers. They own 90% of the stock market. That mechanism, again, Elizabeth Warren seems to understand that. So does Donald Trump. They seem to both be understanding the same thing. Let's artificially suppress rates. Let's call for lower rates so the Fed can inflate. Again, the greatest gift that can be given to a central bank by a world leader would be to call for lower rates. It allows the central bank, whatever nation, to inflate. They have to add digits to a screen and get into the market and buy the debt. You all know this. Sound about right to you? I think we're on the same page. Okay, lovely. So that mechanism appears to be in play. So what I wrote here, I want you to listen to this. So my intention to ease back into the stock market. I intend to start easing back today. I am not going all in today. I'm going to start incrementally buying into specifically ticker here. I wrote it down for you. JEPQ. I still like JEPI, but I think JEPQ with tech and AI, because it looks like this whole thing is going to happen here with Stargate. There's no pushback against this. This is a massive push into dehumanizing the world, replacing human beings with AI, okay? No pushback at all. I asked you guys and girls to push back. I don't know how many of you did. Wrote to Trump, wrote to whoever you want to, but there's nothing going on here. So people are erasing themselves by allowing this thing to happen. And there's also a big part of this is the development of new, you know what I'm talking about? So just, again, if you're not concerned about it, don't do anything about it. If this is something that does concern you, then speak out against it. So I wrote Lions. I am intending to ease back into the market today, specifically JEPQ. With that, be sure to watch this video, which is I'm talking about right now, and I intend to outline why we still need to be cautious. And maybe cautious, I should underscore that. Let me show you why. There's a phenomenon going on right now, and I've been trying to figure out what it is. What does Trump see and maybe Elizabeth Warren see that they're both calling for lower rates? Because without this mechanism, this is all going to get very real. What do we know? The stock market is nothing but a house of cards floating on an immense pool of gasoline. It's going to go up. It's going to go up massively. There's no reality anymore. Again, economists who can't get it right ever, I don't believe they exist. When you hear a story, for example, with retail sales and the economists all got it wrong, they all got it wrong. No one saw this coming. You and I saw it coming. We've been talking about this whole entire thing deteriorating and it can't stop for I don't know how freaking long. It can't stop because the root cause of the problem is being addressed. The root cause is what? Artificially suppressed rates, which is a wipeout, which wipes out the purchasing power of the currency. The middle class loses and the economy gets destroyed. This mechanism, economy going down, market going up, as you and I have been talking about for 10,000 years, okay? It's been in full effect, not going to stop. It's all about wealth transfer to the 1% and 2%ers. Now, let's look at this particular chart here. You see these things here? Very interesting. This is the relationship between the federal funds rate and the 10-year yield, which is something that we need to follow. You don't even need to understand what I'm really talking about, but let me show you these crossovers. Look at that crossover here. .com meltdown. Crossover. World financial crisis meltdown. Oh wait. This is where we are today. Are you noticing a similar pattern here? Or you can't see it? I think you can pretty much see that, right? And seeing is believing, right? So, even though Greg Mannarino intends to ease back into this market, believe me, I will be raising my own awareness here as to dynamics in this market. I would be willing to get out of this market as soon as I see things change. But if we realize that the rigging is going to continue, artificially suppress rates, the President of the United States, he knows it, obviously. He knows about this. This is all I can figure is he knows about this. And so does Elizabeth Warren. Maybe Elizabeth isn't as dumb as we think she is. Okay, maybe she's paying attention to stuff like this. This is a hair trigger. This can go off at any moment. To keep this going would require what? Massively suppressed rates, more than we have now, and obviously a lot more currency purchasing power losses, which means what? You lose. Much higher cost of living to prop up the stock market. Do you think that's not going to happen? I'd be willing to bet that that is exactly what's going to happen until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. So there's something going on here. Federal Reserve here, every central bank's goal is to inflate. When you have a world leader saying, hey, you know what? We need to lower rates. We need to lower rates now. There's no other explanation other than they understand this concept that I just showed you. All right. Allow the central bank to inflate to keep the system propped up. There's no other excuse for this because we need higher rates and we need it immediately. Otherwise, we're going to face an inflationary nightmare, which I covered yesterday. I'm going to urge you again, watch my video that I did yesterday, Markets to Look Ahead. I showed you charts. I showed you diagrams of everything you need to know as to why if we don't start getting higher rates immediately, not in a month, not in a week, this can't wait. This has to be done immediately. We're gonna be wishing someone took action right away because there's a massive lag effect. You understand? Go watch the video I did yesterday and it'll bring you right up to speed as to why we need this right now. We do not need lower rates. Lower rates is massively destructive right now. But yes, it would kill the stock market. I'm going to admit that. And Greg would have to get out of here, even though I'm planning on easing back in today. But I will be watching things. I think I am good enough, all of us here, to get out. We got out right at the top, right in December, right at the top. You think we can't pull that off again? I guarantee you that we can. I guarantee it. Okay, me? No one watches this stuff like me. Nobody. I don't think on this freaking planet watches this stuff more than I do. And I think I have a really good understanding. We collectively have a really good understanding into the game that is being played here. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. I hope you guys and girls, again, this is epic, man. Just look at this. .com bubble. World financial crisis. This is where we are now. Do you see a similarity here? We could be a day, a minute, a week, a month away from a super meltdown in the market. Yeah. I'm getting back in here because I believe the rigging is going to continue. And I also believe I'm smart enough to get out. Let's see if Greg Mannarino is correct here. Okay. You guys and girls, stick with me. All right. I got your back. Always. You know that. All right. I love you guys and girls so much. I mean that with all I got. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, commenting. I want to hear from you guys and girls sharing this work. Honestly, and we're always stronger together, people. I think we got this. I can't imagine, honestly, a group of people, and this is a worldwide thing that we've built. You are part of it. I'm a part of it. This is way bigger than me or anybody. This is a huge thing that we've built together here. And I am proud to say that. I can't tell you that. I never imagined that we would be here right now. I never knew this channel would get as big as it has. And I think there's a lot of suppression here. This channel should be a lot bigger. I believe that too. But that's okay. You know what I mean? Look, the message is getting through. Our message is getting through here. Our real message is, look, man, we got to unify. We got to come together. We got to realize that we are being systematically eradicated. If you're a member of the middle class, you have a target tattooed on your face, and you're being targeted. I don't know another way to tell you this. I've been saying this now since I started literally over a decade ago. And we're seeing everything play out pretty much exactly how we expected it to play out. It's not going to stop because we understand who's really in control here. And central banks are not going to stop inflating. I don't care about an audit of the Fed. We got to end the Federal Reserve. You know, there's all this talk about auditing the Fed and seeing what they got, and Elon Musk getting in there at Ron Paul's great. How about President Trump use the Gold Reserve Act of 1934 and end the Fed today by executive order? This is in his power to do it. He's not doing that. Instead, we're going to rely on some audit here. Really? Is that what we're going to rely on here? How about we shut the institution down? I told you how we can do this. President Trump writes an executive order to monetize gold, back the dollar with gold, and then revalue gold. It would have to be $50, $60 to $70,000 an ounce. We save not just the United States. President Trump would save the entire world, because if we take down one central bank, they all fall. You understand what I'm talking about? They all fall. So I hope President Trump is listening to this here. I don't give a damn about an audit of the Federal Reserve here. Okay. Do you think they're not really prepared for this? You don't think they got all this stuff hidden and stuff? Like, you think that they're that stupid? They never realized something like this? They're totally prepared for this. And they're the ones right now running the system. They will implode the system. You don't think there's going to be retaliation? You think they're just going to surrender? Really? The most powerful organization on the earth is going to surrender because Trump is so great? I'm not putting Trump down. Calm down. I know you guys and girls get triggered, okay? But that's the case. Let's end this organization. Sound about right to you? Let's end it. Let's end it today, and let's go back to a constitutional money system, which we are guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution. But we're not doing that. We're writing executive orders to go from paper straws to plastic. You think I'm making that one up? Maybe you should look into that. This guy here loves you from the heart with all I got. Again, people, I'll see you later. 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern, as usual. And I want you to focus on this. Look at this one more time. Does this make sense to you? Why we are on a hair trigger right now, and we could be on the edge of a super meltdown in the stock market? Meanwhile, I intend to get back in here today, easing in little by little by little. And I'm willing to get out of here too, man. You got to be willing to analyze the situation and then take action. Does that sound about right to you as well? I bet it does. You know why? Because you're smart. I can sit here all day with you guys. I can't wait for the live stream, right? I'll see you later. That's all.